Hello creatives, I have some cool news. First one is that these commentary videos are now exclusively here on Unoriginal channel for my thoughts and stuff, while the videos on the main channel will be quality stuff that takes longer to produce. So far in my video production I had a problem. Backgrounds. When you look at PNG animated series, what really sells the animation is the background's ability to adapt to different angles. Which means the fastest way for this is 3D. Now, I don't have the time to figure out how to use Blender or other 3D apps, and also I have no idea where to look for pre-made 3D maps. And I had that problem until I saw other people use Gmod for backgrounds. And then I was like, oh wait a minute, I have Gmod. So yeah, the next video will have a new style. Some combo of current style plus Gmod plus Minecraft. Here are some things I did in Minecraft with a mod called BBS. You can do a lot of cool stuff there and I can't wait to try them out. Now let's talk about EQ and IQ. It won't be long, it will be incredibly simplistic, just a few thoughts. So if you didn't know, IQ stands for General Intelligence and EQ for Emotional Intelligence. And I won't be going deep into this topic because intelligence is actually way more complex than how big your number is. So there are studies that suggest that more intelligent people are more vulnerable to depression. Now, what I think a lot of people misunderstood about this is people think that intelligent people are more likely to get depressed because of, quote unquote, they see the world for what it truly is, and they see how other people are blind and stuff like that. What is true, I mean, to a degree, their perception is what tends to make them miserable. And here's the perception I'm talking about. I think this Rick and Morty clip does a great job of showing how smart people think. Quote unquote, smart.
So what? He's scared of love?
Everyone's scared of love, dipshit. You learn that in your 20s. It takes a very rare, very powerful being to be terrified of happiness.
Dumb.
You're dumb. That's why you're not scared to be happy. The smarter you are, the more you know. Happiness is a trap. It can't last forever. Let's say you meet the love of your life. Well, it's still gonna end. It's inevitable, whether by the slow pull of a disease or the shock of loose footing on a hiking trail, whether it be the corrosion of two personalities that reshape each other until they're incompatible, or maybe the old stranger in a bar who says the things that need to be said to that person that night. The point is, happiness always ends. Best case scenario, think about this. Best case is that you die at the same time. Yikes.
And yeah, that's very depressing. I mean, it's not false. Like, whatever he said is true, I'm not denying his statement. But here's the thing I want you to understand. When somebody has high IQ, that means that he or she has a high skill when it comes to logistics. More intelligent people can, and more often do, rely on their logic to deal with and solve problems. Now, some suggest that because of this high reliance on one's IQ, their EQ, or emotional intelligence, becomes dull. That means that when high IQ people find themselves in a situation that requires high emotional intelligence, such as ability to perceive, understand, manage, and handle emotions in oneself and others, they struggle because they naturally jump to logic and intellectualize the situation. Like this guy. Now we come to the other day when I watched How to Train Your Dragon Part 3, and there's a scene where Hiccup's dad is crying because his wife was recently taken away by dragons and died. So Hiccup comes to him and asks him,
"Are you gonna get us a new mom?"
And this is where I think his dad shows a high EQ moment.
I don't want another. Your mom was the only woman for me. She was the love of my life. But with love comes loss, son. It's part of the deal. Sometimes it hurts, but in the end, it's all worth it. There's no greater gift than love.
Now the question I want you to ask yourself is, how can one person argue that because of one's intelligence, one can see how pointless and harsh love is, because the best scenario is a perfectly timed reciprocal death, while the other character is experiencing grief and still believes that it was worth it? I mean, at the end, these are just cartoon characters, but again, there are people who wrote those characters, and also there are people who resonated with both characters. So my point is just kind of, intellectualizing is a form of struggling with emotions. These studies usually conclude that high IQ people are more likely to get depressed because of factors like social isolation, heightened sensitivity to stimuli, and the tendency to overthink or set unrealistic expectations for themselves. This contrast between these two clips are a bit philosophical. I'm not really trying to debate whether inclusion of unpleasant emotions makes one experience more or less worth it. I just want to say that at the end, it's on you to decide, and if you do struggle with it, like it's okay to sometimes be angry at the world and frustrated. I'm not trying to say that you're not supposed to feel anything. It's more like if you can't move past the fact that pleasant experiences can bring unpleasant ones with it, then maybe you should talk to a licensed professional, because that's not me. Now you can agree or disagree with me, these are just some of my thoughts. Hopefully the video on the main channel will come out this month, and as usual, keep being creative and stay original. Bye bye.